Okay. Just joining us here, we have, it's not quite the finals of the left side bracket. This is the, I guess you call them quarterfinals. We're into the final four. This is a left side match. It's a pack your bags match, as DiLiberto liked to say. So this is Greg Mitchell here at the table. He's got ball in hand. He's playing Bill Harwell. He's just kind of examining the table to see where he wants to go. I think he's something of a kind of a road partner with Jason. I wish I could actually get a chance to talk to Jason a little bit to see how he ended up here today. Super thankful that he decided to stay. But actually, this was the only tournament within about a 2-hour drive that I know of that he would actually be eligible to play in. So even though there are some other competing events for the locals, this is the only open event that I know of. Yeah, I think he wanted to spin that a little more, obviously, and kind of get down below the side pocket. Or maybe not quite as much stun shot into the head rail there. Now he's got a choice. Take on a thin cut. He's got a bank if he wants it. Or safe behind the 9 if he wants it. But I think he looks like he's going for the cut. I think pretty much all of us would go for the cut. Just make sure you put a little extra spin on it to take the scratches out. But that spin kind of gets away with your speed too. So that's how you end up here. I'll look for him to float this one in. Yep. Nice. Greg scores first blood. You know, we had some local players that are out of town watching. I appreciate you guys firing up the stream in your downtime between mountains and zip lines and casinos. Part of me wishes I was out there too. I'd love to get a nice little vacation, and I do love the mountains, even though it's the middle of the desert. Still a good time. All right, let's check out Bill's break. Well, he's got some balls down. He's got to look at the one. It's not a great look, but if he controls his speed, it'll lead pretty well. Well, okay, so what I'm thinking is that, you know, he kind of goes around the 9, 2 rails in the corner, and gets a good shot nearly straight in on the 2 if he wants it. Then the 4 in the corner, 5 on the opposite side. This is really the key to the rack here. Oh. Clearly, my angle was, once again, a little skewed. But from here, I still think the rack plays pretty good. Just be careful with your speed. Yep. 5 on the side, 6 in the corner, 7 in the diagonal opposite corner. If he's real straight on this ball, he might actually just draw it back, play the 7 on the side. He usually has pretty good speed control. So let's see what he elects to do. And that's fine. We'll just go down to the bottom rail and back up for the 9. Most people would have played that in the side, but he elected to bank it off the point, which you don't see very often. So it's kind of fun when people show a little flair. And of course, I jest. We all get a little roll once in a while, and that was one for Bill. Not that we're really keeping score. All right. You can tell Greg has definitely put in some time trying to work on his break. He stopped the cue ball very well, and it did get kicked, but he stopped it good. Didn't look like he made a ball, though, which, you know, just because you're playing 9 ball in a bar box doesn't mean you're always going to make a ball. It does seem to be that case, but not every time. And Bill's going to go ahead and play the 2-9 because that's just how how the table just set itself up. So let's see how he shoots his combo. Shot it very well. Bill takes the lead again. Tournament director was just kind of joking with Bill. And Bill comes to pretty much all of our events, and he's always a threat. He plays very well. And here again, we see players kind of fiddling with the rack a little bit, trying to get it just right. All right, where are we at here? Well, this is a tough shot on the 2 ball. And he elected to go ahead and just play safe because there really wasn't any reward for it. I mean, yeah, he could have got shape on the 3 if he made it. Maybe get shape on the 4, but the way the 7 and what is that? The 10 and 11 are all kind of tied up there. Makes it tough. Makes it tough to try and go for an out. Bill saw his opportunity to go ahead and try a breakout, but with where the 3 is, that makes it. Well, let's see. He can still go into these balls off the 4 if he makes the 3. Well, from this angle, he might actually try and go into him again. Or no, he's just going to get down here. Is the 8 ball going to help him? Oh, I don't want to call this hit. If he decides to play the carom, I mean. It's tough to reach. Let's take a look at the other angle here and see what we can get. Because it is far. He's got a stretch. He's got balls in the way. Looks like he's just going to play safe. Just spin back up. Split it. How'd he do? He did very well. It's a pretty easy return, but you still have to get safe on the return. Oh, how's his speed? Oh, a little far. Great idea, though. Maybe hit a little hard, or... He definitely hit the side of the 4 ball. He wanted to bring the cue ball back up behind the 7 and the 10, but he hit a little less of the 4 ball than ideally, you know, in your mind when you see a shot like that. And Bill again went into those balls and solved the last remaining problem on the table. Now he just needs to negotiate the 5 to the 6. See how that ball just kind of creeps down there? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, after he hit it, I didn't think he'd get past the spot, but just kind of kept going a little bit. He's still thinking about it. It's close enough. You know, he can get a good look at cutting this ball in, and then where's the cue ball going? So, yeah, good speed. So now he gets to play it on the side. Looks like he might hit the 10 full. I can't really tell from here. Oh, he was dead straight. All right. Bill jumps ahead 3-1. over Greg Mitchell. And I actually think it's Bill's break, but I don't get involved unless they ask me. But Bill put a good kick on that ball, but he left it. Greg Manny's got a good shot on the 2, but getting back for the 3 is going to require some work. I think he's near straight enough. He might be able to just draw it straight down the long rail, but then he's got to play short side on the 3. Otherwise, he's got to pound it into the rail and spin back like that. But there are blockers that way, as we just saw. I wonder if he's got enough to kind of cross it and put it up in the corner, but it looks like he's just going to kick at it and get saved. Oh, he fired at it and kicked at it. That's surprising. He's been playing very well, very controlled kick shots, and I thought he would have done the same with that one, but he elected to fire it. It's not terrible. I mean, the table is still, it's not a roadmap out, so. Now Bill's with a little similar shot, but I do expect him to draw this because he's got the whole left side as we look table. As long as he gets down there, he's going to be real good on this ball. I'd want to be just shy of parallel with the rail on the 6 so that when I go forward, I come down there between the side pocket and the 9 on the left side. Shoot the 7 in the same pocket. That's a little... Oh, that might be doom. He's stuck on the 8. He can't get to the 6 at all. That's a problem. And I think the side pocket is exactly where you would want to kick at this ball to kick it and make it. Going off this angle, it's going to be somewhere close to that. Yeah, he's going to have to think about this one for a little while. This shot pretty much means the rack, and he's going to have to come with something. So he left himself a little short here on the 9, but I don't think it'll be a problem. You just have to be a little careful with what you do with the cue ball, because if you just kind of let it go, you can scratch if you don't. Just take a second to look at it. But he gets another one, and it's still early in the race. It's 3-2, neither player at the halfway point. Oh, my. It's an uncharacteristic miss from Bill there, but if I had to guess, I'd say he was really focused on making sure he got the cue ball about where he wanted to, and he did that. But as we all know, the first part of any shot is to make the object fall first and then add shape, which is so much more easy to say than it is to do, but I wonder if Bill's going to go for, he's got a couple of shot options here. It's hard to tell from where I'm sitting just how steep that angle is, but he might be able to just go ahead and cut this into the corner with a whole lot of inside English, float between just above the 8, get down for the 4. He might be able to do it off the 7, or I'm sorry, off the side. Or just kind of float it in and get over there and give yourself a shot. I mean, these are bar tables. So, you know, there's definitely a theory about just make sure you give yourself a look at the ball and you can pretty much make it. So now he's going to kind of get himself back in line here. He's another place where I think on a 9-foot table, you obviously you go 2 rails around the 7 in and out of the corner. But on the bar box, you don't necessarily have to do that. Yeah, see, he's a little short, you know, in that position, and he might still be okay. But the problem is, you know, he wants to play the 8 in the side that he's standing by, but the cue ball is going to be tough to control in that angle. I still think he'll be okay, but you know, obviously he's not where he wanted to be, so he's not happy. When you start getting disappointed with results, you start getting more and more disappointing results. Yeah, but from here, obviously he's got no problem. It's just a matter of accepting that the table sits that way and go on with your business. He's a good 3-rail shot. I think it's real straighted on the 9. Well done. Bill goes up 4-2. All right, Greg's really kind of on a tear here the last couple of racks. Had a nice break and run, and then clean up after Bill's dry break. He's definitely not going down without a fight. Let's see what he can do here. See if we can get another one going. You know, Bill's on the hill, and he's just anxiously waiting to get a chance at the table. He hasn't really had a chance in the last couple of racks. Greg's got the 9 ball in the wrong spot. I think they've agreed to remove one of the balls from the rack, it looks like, because they're playing, what is that? 1, 2, it looks like they took the 3 ball out of the rotation, probably because there was a problem with it. It was either too small or maybe there was a chip. I just now noticed that. I thought maybe somebody had made a early 9 combo when I wasn't looking. Yeah, that might have been a little too aggressive, but you know, I'm not even sure it even came with the reward there because the 2 doesn't really go anywhere. I don't think the 2-10 combo is something that should be seriously considered. Kind of curious what his plan for the 2 was after that. He could have came with a good save after that. So let's see Bill kick this ball right in. Oh, good hit, but he's going to leave it. So Greg might be able to try his plan again. Try and just hold it. Yep. Oop. Undercut that one a little bit and put his hand up. He knows he really got away with a safe on that one. But again, I mean, if he had made that ball, that's the 4 ball under the 7, and that's the 5 ball that he played shape for. So if he was trying to play safe, then I guess that works. But you know, it's just one of those shots where it's so close. He came so close to making it that it's kind of hard to know if he was trying to play it safe or trying to make it. But I think he's smart enough to know he's not going to have a shot on the 4 ball. So I'm going to go ahead and say that was a safe attempt. If Bill could just stop this ball, that would be ideal. Just like that. Nice shot, Bill. Let's see now. If it doesn't pass the 8, he could probably just shoot and stick right there, freeze him on the back of the 7, as long as the 4 doesn't bank cross corner up here by the 5, or rather the lower left-hand corner as we look. He'll be okay. Of course, I don't know how much ball he has to work with to try that shot. He had enough. Good shot. Well, Greg, you have a... I guess he's trying to figure out if he wants to go after this one rail or two. I like going at this two rails because the cue ball will go back down table, assuming you don't make the four accidentally. Oh, we hit it dead in the nose. And he left the edge that Bill needs to make it, but with this angle, it's the cue ball's going to go right near the 5. If he happens to catch the top of the 5, he can go right in the drink from here. Yeah, see, I think if he cut that 4 a little bit thinner, he would have just glanced off the 5, and it would have been real dangerous. He left Greg a cross bank. Let's see how he does here. He handles it very well. He can go just kind of one rail back in between the 7 and 8, or have a little stun and hit the second rail and a little spin like that. I like that shot better. Get to burn a little more of the speed off, and after you hit that second rail, you're in line the entire way towards the 7. He needs to have a good angle on the 8 so that he can negotiate the 9, because I don't know if the 9 passes the 10 up here in the corner that it's facing. I can't tell if it goes on the side from where I'm sitting. Well, it must go in here in the corner because he played shaped for that. Unless he swings this ball around 3 cushions real quick and tries to get it back above it. No, yep, it must go. And he's got a very workable angle here. Nothing natural for the 10 in the same pocket, though, which is where you would probably want to play this ball. So he might just snatch this back and, yeah. But he had to hit that ball clean, use the fuller side of the pocket to do that. And he did very well. And Greg gets to 5. It's a nice little late run showing here from Greg. That's 3 in a row. Got another chance to check out Greg's break. He's been breaking very well, controlling the cue ball very well, hitting the rack square. Usually making balls and having a look at the 1 ball. I guess there was a reconsideration of the break order. If Greg won the flip, then it would be Bill's break. And I confess, I don't remember who won the flip. Hey, just look back, and Jason Klatt's sitting over there just watching the turning stone. When if anybody's watching more than one stream at a time, I highly recommend watching the Turning Stone. It is some of the best free pool streams that you can ever see. There's a lot of good champions playing up there right now. Even some of our local hometown favorites. Justin Bergman's up there. I have not checked in on him today. I don't know how he's doing today, but yesterday he was doing very well. Bill lays down a great break. He actually snaps the 9, but 9s do not count on the break in any pocket. So it's spotted up. Oh, I was wrong again because they're using the 10 ball. Either way, he had a good look at the 1, and now he's got a kind of a bit of a tester just because he's got the 6 to worry about with his cue. But the 4 goes there, and where are you going? Oh, yeah, this is good. This is a good angle. He can just float forward now and play the 6 in the same pocket. That one was a little stiff. Or not hard enough. Yeah, I would think that he overhit that one a little bit. What's this angle on the side look like? How steep is this? So yeah, as long as he makes this 6, and he did, obviously. Got a good shot. Now he's got another real thin shot on the 7 here. I wonder if he's concerned at all about hitting the 8. I'd like to hit this just a little. Oh boy. Bill shot that very awkwardly. Normally he's very repetitive and methodical, and it looked like once he decided that, you know, obviously he has to go in the side and needs to miss the 8, he just kind of got down and fired at it. Kind of jumped up a little bit. Now maybe that's just because he knew from the get-go that he was off a little bit. But he caught the points going in. Oh, Greg got a little close to his work here. And this is very frustrating. That's about the only 2 inches in the whole table that he can't make this ball from. Man, it's tough to play safe from here. He's it looks like he's looking at the bank, but you know, with those balls being, well, we can't really see either way. He's just gonna nudge it. If he can kind of nudge it, get the cue ball to tap a rail. He really doesn't like it. I mean, obviously he doesn't like it because it's such a goofy little shot. A lot of things can go wrong with this shot, including fouling. Yep. Very frustrated. That should have just cost him the match. So that's it's problematic.